Happy 4th of July, everybody. I'm John Renton with the Retro Review of Independence Day, which came out 25 years ago yesterday. So while I may have missed the exact anniversary by one whole day, actually, I think it worked out for the best, because I figured what better way to celebrate our nation's independence by reliving the time where aliens came down in a coordinated attack all over the world, causing so much goddamn destruction to cities and people and everything. Millions of lives lost, but they zeroed in on the USA, and we had to, get every available resource and every available man, use all the manpower and our ingenuity, and be the underdogs that we always are in these situations, and fight back and destroy this invading alien force. And what better way, what's more American than beating down people that don't belong here? USA, USA, USA. I kid, of course. This is one of my favorite summer blockbuster movies. It's stupid, it's illogical, it's ridiculous, and I fucking loved every goddamn minute of it. And you can hear the goddamn fireworks going off. In fact, they've been going off here in my neighborhood for about the past, I'd say, 3 weeks to the last 3 months, in all honesty, because it's Wild Wild West out here. No, I'm not going to retro review that because the Wild Wild West was really goddamn shitty, but Will Smith was in a better movie here. So yes, Independence Day, 25 years old. Well, 25 years and a day, and it is so goddamn good. Let me know your thoughts on Independence Day in the comments. Please, the movie. You can let me know your thoughts on the holiday if you want. But anyway, it is directed by Roland Emmerich, who directed Stargate, Godzilla, The Patriot, Day After Tomorrow, 10,000 BC, Midway. It's had a bit of an eclectic career, so to speak. Written by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. And I may retro review Independence Day Resurgence at some point. Except I hated it. And I'm kind of jaded towards it, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it. But anyway, I forgot actually just how loaded this cast was. I mean, I remembered a lot of people in it, and I was almost able to do some of these lines from memory. And I got some quips written down, because of course I do, because I got a lot of notes. But, it's got Will Smith in it. It's got Bill Pullman as the president. It's got Jeff Goldblum as David, because Harvey Firestein's character decided to have a voice so goddamn rough that I'm amazed everybody within a goddamn 10-mile radius wasn't shaved and, had their head shaved, because that voice is goddamn rough. Julius, played by Judd Hirsch, who, man, he was just goddamn greatness because he's Judd Hirsch, so of course he was going to be great. Robert Loggia, who either whispered or yelled every single one of his lines, and Randy Quaid playing a crazy guy. Turns out that he wasn't just playing a crazy guy. If you know, you know. And you had Margaret Collin. I would, and you would too. And then you had Brett Spiner. Man, it was great that they had some extra data in this cast. I'm just ready for everybody just boo me in the comments or turn this review off. And Vivica A. Fox. And a bunch of other people. Also had the oldest daughter from Mrs. Doubtfire in this, and a bunch of people. I mean, a bunch of goddamn people. So, there's Mysterious Signal that, it's this weird... I can't really do the goddamn thing because it sounds like it's underwater, and I don't want to try to get underwater to make that noise. So, this is discovered by, some outpost, and what the hell is going on? It's this weird signal, there's this thing, this shadow, there's something coming over the moon, something, and then government officials are baffled, and the president's informed, and Bill Pullman... You gotta have different audio levels in this movie, because Bill Pullman's a great actor. He whispers a lot in this. And he's got his daughter, he's got his wife, who's just off in some, at some meeting or whatever. The first lady's off at some meeting. This can't possibly come back to bite them in the ass, because nobody's together in this. So it's an alien invasion summer. They're blowing up buildings young and old. Man, I really gotta start trying to do these song references. I just can't get them properly done. So... about the first 40 minutes of this movie is set up and a bunch of goddamn, characters being just chucked at. So here's these people over here. Here's Will Smith and Vivica A. Fox. Here's Randy Quaid dusting the wrong crop. Picture him crop dusting and not in the plane. Now stop thinking about it. Why are you still thinking about it? And his son, discount Keanu Reeves. Seriously, that's what he reminded me of. And then you got, so many other characters in this. I do gotta say, though, again, Margaret Collin, she looked great in this, and still looks great now. I don't care. I am proud to admit that. Robert Loggia is great in this, though, and Jeff Goldblum, at his most Jeff Goldblum, he was really terrific here. So we have this, giant ship that's, blowing up satellites while the satellites are colliding into it. See, it's like bugs on a windshield. And then the mothership decides to let her kids go down and play. Okay, go play Little Alien Invasion and destroy this great world so we can plunge its resources and everything. I don't know why she sounds like an old woman that's churning butter, but I'm going to roll with it. I actually kind of picture that's how the aliens would talk. And so they're trying to figure out what's going on with this stuff. It's interrupting the signals and all the technology, that's on the information superhighway, because this was 1996, and the internet was in its infancy. Thank God the internet went away. What the hell would we do? Oh, right. The internet's, now the most powerful goddamn thing next to Disney, because Disney has more money than God. So anyway, unlike Disney, there was a plane that crashed into the ship, because apparently the ship was not in plain view. I'm proud of that. So, David! Seriously, that voice is goddamn frightening. So, the aliens arrive or whatever. They just want to, have a place to have their picnic, after they blow things up. And birds and bugs and everything. Could you imagine how big the windshield wipers have to be on ththose things for all the shit they cover? They probably hit a bunch of pterodactyls. It would make about as much sense as anything else in this movie. And David figures out the signal and everything. What the hell's going on? Oh, he's talking to Marty, Harvey Firestein's character is like, oh, well, it's counting down or whatever. And then what? Checkmate. Oh my God. God, I gotta stop doing that voice. That hurts. And then the president has to make an announcement. If you feel compelled to lead these cities, please do so in an orderly fashion. The president says, everybody's panicking. Perfect time to panic, and they're looting. And then others are talking about leaving. And others call people. Your ass better call somebody. And then they decide to, to leave. They decide to call somebody. Oh, you didn't know. And one, I think it was like a LA report that says, the mayor is advising Los Angelinos, that is, do not fire your guns at the spaceship. You may inadvertently trigger an interstellar war. But two-way, man, we're going to do... Right now, people would fire guns at alien spaceships and say, you're not the boss of me, and they would trigger an interstellar war. Oh, no, the aliens are invading, and we're going to build a wall, and we're going to make them pay for it after they laser us and vaporize us, because aliens have insane technology in this. So, David and Julius, they're going... not Orange Julius, even though he is kind of orange here. Man, I miss Orange Julius. They go to the White House because David and Constance, Margaret Collins' character, used to be married. Lucky Jeff Goldblum, once again. Anyway, they explain how the invasion's going to happen and all this, and, somehow he manages to get into the White House despite all the madness and all the security and all this, and he says, they're using their own satellites against us, and the clock is ticking. He's not quite that breathy. That's more like William Shatner, but Jeff Goldblum's just great. And everyone's either looking in amazement or panicking. The people that are panicking are smarter. Vivica A. Fox is a stripper. So Will Smith truly was in love with a stripper. She's popping, she's rolling. She's climbing that pole, and he's in love with a stripper. And if I could sound more white trying to do that, I'm not going to try. But anyway, she talks to one of her stripper friends. I actually didn't catch the girl's name. I apologize. But she... said she's going to make a sign, for the aliens, welcome here. Do you honestly believe that, some of these people can make these signs, without help? It is what it is. Everybody suddenly just realizes, wait, what the hell's going on? These aliens are being hostile. And not hostile like they're going to pull out people's teeth, like in that German snuff film. Man, that was just, God, hostile torture porn. Anyway, they're trying to do Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That thing goes tits up. They decide to all leave. Not realizing that they probably should have done this, 2 hours before they did. And they're trying to coordinate and leave. And there are people on top of the building or whatever. And the people are like, well, and the helicopters are right there like, please disperse. Nothing to see here. What the hell are you doing? That's probably what I would have said. You idiots. You're going to get blown up. Why I would have sounded like that, I have no idea. They get on Air Force One, and David has his laptop that's the size of a brick that could probably be registered as a lethal weapon in several states and a couple countries, and it's all the countdown and everything. Oh, time's up. And then the lasers blow down, and man, I gotta say this though, this movie gets a huge... Jen, if you happen to be watching this, thank you for sending me this. C Block, baby, C Block. Anyway, but yeah, that movie just gets a golden thumbs up because it's just so goddamn great. Explosions, and then people are panicking because they're like, oh, we didn't realize that our city was made out of popsicle sticks and everything. I kid. They were cool special effects for the 90s. Obviously, have they aged well? No, but you work with what you have. And why was there the one shot they have? Like, why was there a lone guy cleaning up an office building? Was the paperwork that important? The boss said, "Yeah, Phil, you gotta stay overtime. I know there's aliens invading. We need this shit filed. We need these things filed." Oh man, is Phil gonna come into work? Phil got vaporized. Shit! And the boss probably got vaporized too, along with the building. Okay, so and explosions are happening in New York, LA, and all that, and this explosion's like going like a mile, like it's a mile wide explosion, or at least half a mile, because this alien laser is pretty goddamn powerful. So Vivica A. Fox and her son, and it's funny, it's the same kid that was in the later seasons of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so I imagine Will Smith probably got him to work because Will Smith had a good track record even at this point, even though he was just beginning to do his summer blockbuster stuff. And the kid actually did pretty well here. But they leave, they panic, and the dog's just left there. Good job leaving your dog there, you goddamn ingrates. And the dog somehow manages to evade the mile-wide explosion. Because fuck any physics-based shit here. Why? I mean, I'm glad the dog lived, but I'm just like, nobody else can live. There were so many people dead, and the dog managed to survive. Then again, the dog in the Amityville Horror was the best actor in the movie. So everyone's trying to pick up the pieces, and the technology is shot. Oh no, there's satellites and everything and all over the place. They're all destroyed, and well, kick the tires and light the fires, big day. Harry Connick Jr. stole the show in every scene he was in, and he was only in for like a little bit. I don't know why he didn't just try singing to the aliens. They would have done one of two things. It would have, entranced them, or it would have put them to sleep. He's a great singer. You just shouldn't listen to him when you're tired. If you want to have energy, Harry Connick Jr. is not the best singer to listen to, but he is terrific. So him and Will Smith, they got a great rapport, and everybody goes off, and then suddenly we get quips before the storm, and then they fire their missiles at the alien spaceships. But no, they have the power of the ecto-cooler shield because they have Slimer technology. And then the attacks go tits up, basically, because even the ships have shields. Even their shields have shields! And the G.I. Joe laser effects just maybe, it wasn't the same sound effects, but it just reminded me of G.I. Joe. I figured that we needed an alien Cobra commander. In fact, I would have popped if the alien had used, somebody else to speak, "Cobra, retreat, retreat." So, anyway, these aliens had all this coordinated attack, and there are all these drones and stuff like that, and they're supposed to be precise. Two of them go off and chase after Harry Connick Jr. and Will Smith's characters. I guess they're revenge-based. It's not prevenge, thank fuck. And they take off, and then Harry Connick Jr. gets blown up because he found out that when you try to deposit too fast, you can't bank at that speed. Har har. Will Smith is flying to the Grand Canyon and all that, or a canyon, some kind of canyon. Who better than canyon? And then says, "See if you can fly this thing undercover. Hope you got airbags." And then the ship crashes, the plane crashes because it was out of fuel. And he's all yelling. It's like, oh, and it's like, that's right. It's like ship all banged up. Who's the man? Who's the man? So many lines to throw in. And then he manages to open the ship. He opens the ship door, or the hull, or whatever the hell it is. And then this alien comes out with this hard skull, this hard ectosuit, this hard just exterior. He punches it, which should have, by all accounts, broken his hand and the hands of everybody within a 5-mile radius. Somehow. Would have made as much sense as anything else physics-based in this. But welcome to Earth. Now, that's what I call a close encounter. Alright. So we then go to Air Force One. They talk about launching a nuke, and launch a nuke, save the world. Okay, the Secretary of Defense, who's a really terrific character actor, by the way, says, "Get him out of here. You're on a plane thousands of feet in the air. Where the fuck's he gonna go? Maybe you could open a window. It wouldn't affect the plane. It didn't in Air Force One. Get off my plane." So then, the president's wife is hurt. So naturally, Vivica A. Fox gets a caravan together. Vivica Vehicles, which probably should be a rental service if she ever decides to do that. She can use that if she wants, if she happens to be watching this. And then, see, more fireworks. See, man, the aliens are pissed. They're launching fireworks because of all these bad quips. So, the president's wife is hurt. Naturally, the dog is like, yay, ow, ow, ow. Probably didn't help the internal bleeding she had. And then we cut back to Will Smith dragging the whole thing. And it was like, I was supposed to be doing this, but no, I'm dragging your, scaly ass, through the desert with your dreadlocks hanging out the back of my parachute. What the hell is that smell? It could have been a barbecue. He's like yelling all that. This was Will Smith as most Will Smith. And then suddenly he notices that he notices a bunch of the redneck people, Randy Quaid and his band of merry idiots, who hopefully aren't as insane as him. But his son, Discount Keanu Reeves, thank God you're here. So he says, I saw his base a couple miles back. It isn't on the map. Well, trust me, it's there. And then, Mr. President, we're going to go to Area 51. Why are we going to go to Area 51? Why don't you fucking go to Area 51? It can't be any worse than the found footage movie, Area 51. If you saw that, I'm sorry. The shooter was better somehow. So, they got Brett Spiner there, who was Data and in Star Trek, and he's pretty good. A lot of hair, so much hair. The amount of hair in this movie on the with this cast, the shampoo cost must have been hundreds of thousands of dollars. They are fighting over shampoo. If that's a deep cut for anybody, they'll get it. And then they've got a ship there in Area 51. Why didn't you tell me about this? Plausible deniability. Oh, we've got a few of the aliens. And they must have had a hard time shopping for hats because they have huge heads and that's it. And then, because David cracked the code, the president says, well, let's see what you can do. Let's see if you're as smart as we all hope you are. No pressure. No, it's fine. I'm good. And then we get the caravan of the rednecks, and we get the alien there. Maybe I'll just leave this here with you. And then we get the alien autopsy, Spiner edition. And, here comes the really icky part. Women are always saying that to me. So, he's gotten to the mind of Spiner. Big old Brett Spare Minor. That didn't fucking work at all. Rolling with it. The alien puts tentacles around because it communicates through telepathy. President's trying to talk to him. Can there be peace between us? Peace. No peace. What is it you want us to do? Die. Die. And then it doesn't do it like that. I just wanted to be comedic, and I'm failing. And is that glass bulletproof? No, sir. And then Robert Loggia decides to shout the bullets at the alien, which would have been hilarious. And then they shoot it. And the only thing I hated was they didn't show what Bill Pullman's character saw. Oh, they're like locusts. They consume every natural resource and they move on and we're next. Let's nuke the bastards. Yeah, that'll work. And then, of course, Jeff Goldblum's, David, sorry, he got blown up earlier, but he's like, toast to the end of the world. Area 51 is a fully stocked bar to be in the middle of the desert. Were the aliens making the hooch? I don't want to know. So at one point, Will Smith commandeers a helicopter while another guy watches him. And man, if this had happened in 2021, the police would have been all over this. Oh, this is going well. Then he arrives and he gets, he's arriving to, take care of his wife. They try to nuke a spaceship over Houston, more like Nuketown. Terrible puns. And then, target remains. Oh no, the nukes won't work. Well, you know how I like to make an entrance. So the doctor gets First Lady there and got a lot of internal bleeding. She was taken to a local medical facility for major injuries and anal bleeding. What? Wow. Anyway, so the doctors think you're just gonna be just fine. Liar, man. They tried some emotional punch here, and then Dar says, "Mommy's sleeping now." Yeah, Mommy's sleeping. Daniel said the same thing to Chris right after what he did to Nancy. And anyway, going to hell for this. And Julius says to David, "Get off the floor before you catch cold. My dad's a genius. He decides to give the thing a computer virus." So, they're going to put a virus in the mothership with that ship that they have in Area 51 because they need to get repairs. So the only place to get repaired is the mothership. And there we go. They're going to coordinate offenses using old Morse code, flying across the English Channel, where we get brief snippets of, oh yes, other countries exist and are affected too. USA. kind of how we treat a lot of other countries. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. See, even the firework people agree. So, they're getting every known and unknown pilot, and crazy Randy Quaid is like, I won't let you down. You kind of did, Randy. You kind of did, you dumb son of a bitch. So, you know how I'm always trying to save the planet, David says? Well, here's my chance. Now we get ambitious. Oh, Margaret, calling you Vixen. Here's a question. So, Will Smith decides to get married to Vivica A. Fox. Maybe in real life, I don't know. I'm kidding. Why was there a chapel in Area 51? Were the scientists marrying the alien specimens? In fact, scratch that. I don't really want to know. So, he does this speech. Bill Pullman does this speech. It's rah, rah, rah. And they tried to replicate it with Idris Elba in Pacific Rim tonight, or tonight we end the apocalypse. And he says, mankind, that word should have different meaning now. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. In 2021, we're all at each other's throats over the simplest things. I am guilty of that too. But we will not go quietly into the night. We will not give up without a fight. We're going to live on. I'm getting goosebumps. This is so fucking cheesy. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day. USA, USA. And then he's going to be a pilot. Well, he was a pilot before. And then Captain and David get ready to invade. So basically, the captain and the cable repairman. It sounds like, a show on CBS All Access. Good morning, Dave, which was a nice day of 2001. Another thing I should retro review at some point. I picked a hell of a day to quit drinking. Looked like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. Looked like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Miss Lloyd Bridges. So, yes, without the oops, that away. I have got to get me one of these. And then they start flying the planes, knowing that they're low on fuel, and they only have a certain amount of missiles. Hey, let's just fly, and then eventually the virus will get planted. Well, it takes a long time, because once they go into the mothership's vulva, have fun on seeing that, they get put on autopilot, and they get sent there, and they have the power windows, so they can't be seen. And the alien, because the person, the alien, by the way, that's there, that's at the welcome desk, basically they're a temp, because the other person, or the other alien, was welcoming a child and needed the day off. So this person had no idea what it was doing, because it isn't a person, it's an alien. So then that mid-90s computer technology, though. So we should we should have really tried to unite the rednecks or whatever and bring them down into the lower levels before. Oh yeah, they're going to get attacked, because we didn't think, hey, maybe the aliens are just going to sit idly by. Wait, we have like thousands of rednecks up there. Well, okay, let's just have the inbred fucks down here. So, direct hit, the missiles are a-flying. It's like an attack, in the east. And then no escape. And it's like, the Going RV Area 51 edition did not take off. The aliens wanted to end Going RV before it happened. I wish they had. So, I did like how the former Secretary of Defense, because Bill Pullman fired him, says, I'm not Jewish. And Judd Hirsch says, nobody's perfect. And then Randy Quaid has like one jammed missile, because he accidentally tried to fire it, hitting a button before he took off. So it got jammed, because it got, stuck. So everybody's out of missiles and everything. The president misses his, and he's like, oh, tell my children I love them very much. And it was emotional. It was stupid, because it's like, oh, Randy Quaid, now knowing that Randy Quaid did what he did, and it is what it is. He flies up into the sphincter of the spaceship and says, hello, boys, I'm back. And then, hooray, Randy Quaid's dead. His character, I mean. Because the other person isn't, because of how crazy he is. More in the pity. And then tell them how to save that, take those sons of bitches down. Hey, send one, gopher up there to sacrifice himself. So, what do you think's going to happen? David and, by the way, David and Captain Miller are still up there. And says, checkmate. Well, they smoke cigars and everything. Oh, you think I have any clue what's going to happen to him? Not a chance in hell. Good night. Peace. The nuke gets launched. Man, on his first day, he gets a nuke launched at him. That's a terrible work day. And then the race in space before the mothership becomes aced. Out of existence. And must go faster, must go faster. That was actually pretty goddamn funny. Nice little callback to Jurassic Park. And they managed to crash land back on Earth. They're seemingly fine. And didn't I promise you fireworks? Yeah. Millions of people dead. Millions of dollars. Millions and millions and millions and billions of dollars worth of damage. City is destroyed, gonna take forever, so many possessions lost, but that motherfucking kid got to see some fireworks. USA, USA. It's a terrific goddamn movie. Really fun to review. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rentland. I'll see you soon.